for the game. Yates, back to pass. Gonna throw it up towards Nicely. Oh, he had it. Couldn't come up with it. Oscar Smith wins the state championship. What a game. So close. And that young man is heartbroken in the end zone. But Oscar Smith, their 5th championship since 2008. My, oh my. What a game. Watch it again here. It's a great throw. Tough catch. And he almost made it. And they put DeLoatch on him, Andy, to make this harder for this catch. He was just by a fingertip away from pulling it in.
It's On the Hash with Hatfield. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are with you on Cova Sports TV. We have a special guest with us. The guy that was in coverage on that final play of the game. He's headed to play for the Hokies. Check his college football. The one and only Jahmari DeLoatch of the Oscar Smith Tigers, who got it done 21-20 against the Madison Warhawks in a heck of a state championship game that was 9 days ago at James Madison University in Harrisonburg. It never gets old watching that, does it?
No, I don't.
Congratulations. How sweet is it here 9 days after? And I bet your heart rate was going 2,000 miles a minute, wasn't it?
Yeah. In the last play of the game, I see they was going for it. I knew it was going to one.
And I said during the broadcast, Jahmari, I don't know if you had a chance to go back and watch it on NFH's network or heard from some of your family members, your friends, Tiger community. It's a great Oscar Smith fan base, as you know. That I felt like at some point in the game it would be best on best. Having to lock up against that guy who's going to coach the line. Yeah. We were playing some safety at that point. Was there a moment in the game where you went up to the coach and said, "Hey, I want this guy. I want to check him now"? Take me through that if you can.
Yeah, it was. Game was getting a lot of intensity. So coach, came to the sideline. He was like, "Mari, you gonna lock up on one. Wherever he go, you go. We run his zone behind it." I was like, "Got you."
Now, you guys are up early in this game, 7-0. Had a couple of chances to go up 21 and put these dudes away. Sure. You get down 14-7. What's going through your mindset here as this game is winding down? It looks like, oh, my goodness, this is my final game, my final ride. I might not get this ring. Certainly, Oscar Smith won back-to-back state championships that COVID year, got it done. But the last couple of years losing the regional semifinals, what triggered it? Because it felt like one of the things that sparked the comeback was you being inserted on the offensive side of the ball and had a couple of key catches.
What kind of triggered it was knowing like we got so many people watching us. It's like a big moment for us. Like we were doubted throughout the whole season. We ain't make it this far for nothing. They started coming back. Game was getting more intense. It kind of clicked for me. Like, all right, this is not how I want to go out. I want to go out the way that we should go out.
For sure. Now, take me through, too, Jahmari. The game's winding down. Travis Johnson gets in the end zone, touchdown, does a little bit of a shake. And I said on the air, I thought both unsportsmanlike conduct penalties were bogus, the one on you guys and the one on them. I get it's an emphasis from the referees that you don't want to show up with the team and have, these moments of celebration. But your kids, it's the state championship game. Are you worried if the touchdown, the first one that you guys scored, not the one they had, that, oh, no, this extra point's going to be hard for us. This might be heartbreak. What's going through your mind as they throw the flag there? And take me through how you all process it, because I'm sure it's something the coaches talk about all the time, not to get those, but it's only natural to want to celebrate a big moment.
Right. Not gonna lie, like I don't really pay attention to those type of flags unless it's a close game like it was, and it's getting later in the game getting close to end, the score tight or we down. It's like, all right, we gotta be a little more smart. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like you were saying, I mean, it's a states game. It's intense. Kids we want to celebrate the good that happened. So I feel like it is a little unnecessary, but I'm not the ref.
Last play of regulation, it felt like was going to be the one where they run around with the quarterback 48 yards and they find the guy nicely who had a heck of a day. What went wrong in that play? How did he get behind all you guys? And how do you process that when they're an extra point away from tying it? Did you think they'd go for two? Take me kind of through the before the play, as it unfolds, after, and then how you responded from it as a group.
Right. on the last play of the game like that, it's obviously going to be a long play. You only got 3 up front, everybody's back covered up, so you kind of got to just follow your man the whole time, and you soon, hey CC, you soon can fall asleep, and that's what happens. And you're expecting, you see like a huge pile, you see the QB tucking in the pile, you think it's over, you get excited, and then next thing you know, he break loose, he throw the ball, and you look back, and it's just one guy in the end zone, nobody else around him.
Did you think they'd go for 2 there? And obviously they had a penalty that pushed them back. I guess a helmet got thrown onto the field. Unfortunate for them, much like it was for you guys. What are you thinking? As it looked like they were going to line up for a PHP, they had the backup kicker with the hamstring injury, and then they decided to go for 2. Yeah. That was the moment goes, all right, this is time now. We can't let this one guy beat us.
Yep. Knowing that that flag put them back, knowing that their kickers was a little injured, I knew, like, all right, coach got me manned up. Like, I have a lot of confidence in myself to know that I can get the job done. I got confidence in my guys knowing that they can get it done. But, got pushed back, seeing the coach was going for it. Like, we're not going out like that. You know what I mean?
For sure. Statistically, a heck of a year for you, Jahmari. You get first-team All-Region 6A honors as a defensive back and a punt returner. 62 tackles, 13 for loss, 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, a sack, a blocked field goal, and 6 non-offensive touchdowns. You score 6 ways not playing on offense.
Right.
What was the best PD you had this year? Because those are some incredible numbers. I think you got Signee personally for the first-team All-State. You'd have been a no-brainer pick for me, and maybe even a player of the year candidate. But what was kind of your favorite TD of the year? Because you did it so many different ways, and you were kind of an all-purpose guy and became an offensive guy to go with your defense and special teams exploits.
Mm-hmm. You see, my favorite TD was probably be Manchester game. It was kind of tight. The energy was low and the punt roll. And I'm looking, and nobody, like, they're surrounding it, but they're not paying attention to me. I'm grabbing it, and I'm going. I grabbed it, got loose, scored. Did a little dance, I enjoyed that. I watched that a couple times because it was like unexpected.
Did they flag you for dance? Did you get flagged for it or no? No flag.
I never got flagged for dance to celebrate.
Okay.
But that is one thing. Our coaches do teach us, like, don't celebrate on the field. If you want to, go to the sideline. So that's what I do. I run to the sideline, then I celebrate.
There you go. They won't catch you there. And that was a 35-0 shutout of Manchester in the region semifinals. You blanked Grassfield in the first round of the playoffs. Your defense balled out the entire year, gave up just literally 14 points in the playoffs until that state championship game against Madison. How much did you guys know? I mean, there was a lot of talk about this year. Maybe you'd see Hatfield, Highland Springs in your region, who you lost to a year ago, got revenge this year. How much did you keep an eye on Madison during the year, and how much did you know before the game going in about them?
We knew a little bit about them, but it's the same about a lot of teams that we were gonna face in the playoffs. The coaches, they know a lot. Us players, we don't really know. We only know what's shown to us for real, and we don't really jump the gun. So if we know we got one team this day, we're not trying to look ahead about this other team. We focus on what's in front of us.
Good deal. Jahmari DeLoatch, our guest here on The Hash with Hatfield. Like, share, and subscribe to Cobra Sports TV. You got a question, you can always jump in with us through our IG, our Twitter, our X, Facebook, Spotify, Apple, VirginiaPreps.com. Here's what we're talking with him. We've got some fun rapid fire to end here as well. Jahmari, you made a big decision here recently. You signed to play your college football at the Hokies of Virginia Tech. We saw you back in the spring. You got that nod for the Army Bowl, recognized for your performance and your accolades. And then we'll say your achievements both on and off the field. In the classroom, you put in a lot of work as well. You were going to Cincinnati. What changed? What made you decide to go with the Hokies as opposed to the Bearcats right before the signing day and made a lot of people in the state very happy?
It's getting close to the signing day, signing day, once you sign, you can't go back. So I started thinking to myself, weighing out things like, am I sure this is where I want to go? Told myself I'm gonna just pray on it, sleep on it. Woke up on signing day and was like, nah, Tech, where it's at.
There's a lot of buzz right now about various programs in college football. We see the Deion effect at Colorado. We see Bill Belichick getting hired at UNC. Michael Vick introduced on this particular day at Norfolk City. He was a Virginia Tech legend. What is it about Virginia Tech that appeals to you and what Brett Ryan and the Hokies have cooking? Because they're starting to get more and more slowly a lot of guys from the 757 and from the state of Virginia. What do you like about the Hokies so much?
Yeah, I like how they getting the guys to come. I feel like that's very important. Having the best guys in VA stay in VA. I love the coaching staff a lot. They're like family to each other. Everything about it is great, and I love to see the program slowly going up.
For those that haven't watched you play, you've got some speed, you're blazing. What were people going to see from Jahmari DeLoatch when they put on the film from this past year at Oscar Smith, and when you get to Blacksburg? What are they getting in him besides the obvious? You're going to tell me you're a dog and all these things, but what are they getting in the total package?
They gonna see a lot. They gonna see something different. You know, be much bigger, much faster, stronger. Hopefully be more versatile. You know, play multiple positions and just they're gonna see something they probably haven't seen in a minute.
How's your game changed from the last couple of years to now? How have you? I mean, I'm sure you've gotten more comfortable senior ride. You're getting ready for college. It's slowed down a little bit for you. How have you changed as a football player?
The game has definitely slowed down for me. You know, being a sophomore starter, I was only playing one position. You know, I wasn't big. I was known for my speed, so that kind of let me know like my pros and cons. And then, you know, junior year got a little bigger, faster. Of course, they started using me a little more. But you know, my junior year was okay. I was in my head a little bit. Senior year, I knew like, all right, it's all or nothing. Still getting bigger, faster. I gotta just ball, play where I can. Like, it don't even matter. I'm in high school, play where I can. And then, you know, in college, I'm gonna do what they need me to do. Confidence there. I'm good.
You set a goal back when your junior season ends, you and all those seniors on your team, and there's not many. I think there's like 12 of you guys, like Jordan Rayner and Jaden Dabbs and Trey Jones. It's a lot of underclassmen on this team, but we're going to go out with the ring here. When you accomplish that and you do it 15-0 in the dominant fashion that you did at Oscar Smith, and one of 3 teams in the area from the 757 to do it unbeaten, Phoebus in Class 4, Moore in Class 5, you in the largest classification in Class 6. What's the feeling like when you get that and you win it on that field at the very end, and then these days after? What is that feeling? Is it a sense of accomplishment? Take me through it.
Yeah, it's very a sense of accomplishment. It's also like unreal in a way. Like you started from the beginning. You started thinking about where you started off at, and then it all just come to this moment right here, and you just can't believe it. It's like it's a little emotional in a way, but you're also like very happy because you see everybody else emotions as well. You see how they're happy. You see them crying. You see them, you know, thanking God, doing everything, and it's just like, man, like you love it a lot.
For sure. A few more here with Jahmari DeLoatch, the Oscar Smith defensive back, who's headed to the Hokies of Virginia Tech. Our guest here on the Hatfield. Like, share, and subscribe on Cova Sports TV. What do people not know about this Oscar Smith football team? And you were a big part of that team in this past season that the audience should know about what you guys went through this year to get it done, because it felt like it was pretty easy. I know it wasn't always easy out there to win by the wide margins that you did.
Right. One thing people should know is that this team is very young and disciplined. You know, when I mean young, I mean like you gonna see these guys, the same guys, for a couple of years. So I hope people ready, because I hope they don't think this is what it is. I hope they don't think we done here, man. So.
What's the practice like with the receiving core to DBs when you and Dabbs are going up against the guys like Trey Jones and Travis Johnson? Is there a lot of smack talking from the DB group? How much does that help, though, those battles, those competitive battles, when you go on the field? It almost feels like – I hear a lot of championship teams tell me this, football, basketball, that when you get to game night, it's nothing too difficult because the practices prepare you for that. Is that how you all feel?
Right, yeah. It's very competitive when we do one-on-ones, you know. We like to make it competitive, like even more competitive than it is. Like, you know, we'll talk trash. We'll call guys out. We'll push a little extra, do a little extra. You know, sometimes we'll cater to the receivers. Sometimes they'll cater to us, you know, in ways how we know a team plays man. We'll kind of play man in that way to help them also. But, you know, believing that we have the best receiver core and best DB core, you know, if you can guard this guy, you can guard anybody. If you can beat this guy, you can beat anybody. And it kind of like a back and forth, so it does help us out a lot.
Makes sense. Jahmari, for you, when you put on film of a receiver, what are the things you try to transfer from the film study onto the field and use to your advantage? What are the things you're looking at to get an advantage on a guy you're checking?
On a guy I'm checking? I know that I have the speed, and I also know I have real good footwork and quickness. I know that I'm strong, so I kind of just focus on mirroring the guy and, you know, not panicking, because I know if I panic, then I'm beating myself at that point. Like, I got the recovery speed. I'm fast. So just, you know, make sure I don't get faked out, play the technique that I'm taught, and, just go from there. Make sure I'm sorry. keep my eyes on the receiver, you know, for any double moves or whatnot.
What's going to stick out about this season A and the state championship game B? What's going to stick out to you the most about it?
I don't know. About the difference between the season and then the playoff, the state game?
Yeah, what will be like the memories you think that will stick out? Will it be that last play? Will it be a certain game? Will it be practice? What are the things going to stick out to you, days, weeks, months, and years from now?
Definitely that last play of the game, especially because the last play of the game involved me. So that definitely is going to stick out a lot. Our first time holding like one of our best competitions to 0, that's going to stick with me for a little while as well, because that's when I realized, like, man, this team is way more than I thought we was, because I believe we can get it done, but, you have certain stuff that happens that just give you more confidence.
For sure. Last two before we do the rapid fire and let you roll here. Virginia Tech, for people out there, what message do you want to give the Hokies fans? I'm sure you've got some Tigers teammates who want to have join you in Blacksburg and some other guys who are on the 757 in VA that are probably on the mind to help make this Oscar Smith to VT or 757 to VT movement even grander as you move there. But what would be your message to those out there watching this?
Man, if VT give you the opportunity, take it. They believe in you. They want the best athletes in VA, so they're recruiting you. They believe you're the best athlete in VA. Take it. It's a great school, great coaching. Yeah.
People always want to know about the Tiger Cage. Is it the coolest entrance in high school football? And what's the adrenaline like when you go out for that last time? I think that was the state semi game against Colonial Forge. What's the adrenaline like for that? It's got to be like goosebumps, isn't it?
Man, it definitely is goosebumps. It's like unreal. Like that's one feeling you just got to experience. I can't really explain the Tiger Cage. That's like a different type of feeling right there. You don't get that same feeling from nothing else. It's like a adrenaline booster. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's good. They get you right.
There you go. Well, before we let you roll here, you ready to play some rapid fire with us?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Rapid fire for Jahmari DeLoatch, Oscar Smith defensive back who's headed to the Hokies of Virginia Tech. All right, here's our first one for you. Favorite TV show?
SpongeBob.
You're a SpongeBob guy. Okay. It's almost Christmas here. I'm sure you got a favorite Christmas movie. What is it?
Home Alone.
Okay.
The second one.
1 or 2 or 3? Oh, the second one. You got number 2.
Yeah.
When he gets lost in New York. With the wet bandits chasing him.
Yeah.
And Marv and what was that name? Joe Pesci and Neil Stone.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Believe it or not, I've never seen Elf. I just recently seen it. I do like Elf a lot.
Like
Elf is up there.
What's
Elf
up?
is up there.
Probably number 2. NFL player that's your go-to. Who's your favorite NFL guy?
Devin Witherspoon. I've been following him since he was at Michigan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
NFL team.
I don't really have one, but if I had to say, probably the Rams or the Ravens.
Okay. Maybe you get them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That could happen right now.
Yeah.
You can trade places with one person in the world. Who would you pick?
I don't know. Probably an NFL coach. Some NFL coach.
An NFL. You're going to be a coach one day, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I just want to see what it's like.
Okay.
Especially at the highest level, see what go through their mind.
Okay. Toughest wide receiver you've had to check in high school would be?
Travis Johnson. He's
your teammate.
My own teammate, Travis Johnson.
Okay. Well, you don't have to play against him. You never know one day in college.
You never know. Yeah, you never know.
What's the number one item on your Christmas list? What's the present you're hoping to get?
New tattoo.
You said a new tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay. You can visit. We got 3 more for you. You can visit one place in the world you haven't gone. Where are you going?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I always want to go to Jamaica.
I want to know who wins a 40-yard dash. Not on your team because you're going to always pick yourself and your teammates argue that they'll win and all that. But I want to know if we took the coaches, the former players, such as Coach Eli Harold, who played in the NFL, and Giovanni Simmons, and LaFonte Thurgood, calls the shots on the offense. I could even throw up your DB coach, Quan Edwards, as well, who played at Green Run, and I covered him as well. All these guys I covered. Who wins the 40-yard dash? I think you probably pick Quan, but I really want to know between Eli, LaQuante, and Jahmari who wins.
We pick a Coach Eli. Coach Eli going to get it done.
Coach Eli's going to win the 40, really?
Coach Eli getting it done.
Well, he tackles me half the time I see him, so I can see that. Who does the best, lastly, who does the best Coach Chris Scott impersonation on the team?
Probably my friend Romero. He do real good impersonation.
Romero Copeland?
Yeah.
All right.
He do real good impersonation, so
okay.
Probably get that.
Well, Jahmari, it's been a blast watching you. Again, I said you deserved first-team All-State honors. I think you got snubbed, but heck of a year, 62 tackles, 13 for loss, 3 picks, 2 to the house, a sack, a block, field goal, 6 offensive TDs. You did get first-team All-Region, and most importantly, you got the ring. That's what matters, 15-0, and a great finish. It was an honor to call you on that state championship game at the end against Madison. Enjoy the holidays, best to you in the new year, and we'll talk down the road.
Thank you. God bless.
That's Jahmari DeLoatch, our guest here on the Hash from Hatfield. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Cobra Sports TV. Take care, everyone.